Good evening. Welcome to the Kern County Planning Commission meeting, March 14th, 2024. I call this meeting to order. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Ashley? Here. Commissioner Dunbar?
Here.
Commissioner Nance?
Here.
Commissioner Oliver?
Here.
Commissioner Skidmore?
Here.
Mr. Murphy?
Here.
Mr. Hall?
Here.
Ms. Simon?
Here.
Ms. Barker?
Here. Thank you. Item number B is commission member announcements or reports. We do have a special announcement and / report that I'd like to start off with. I was asked to wing it, so I'm going to do my best. But I do want to read a small piece about former Commissioner Rick Jaj. We are going to present him this evening with recognition of appreciation for his service as serving on the Kern County Planning Commission. And I'd like to share a little bit from what seems not too long ago, but it's from 2017, and it's still very relevant. But it's when Rick was honored as 20 under 40. He was at the ripe age of 38 at the time, so we won't share how old you are now. But Rick is CEO of Countryside Construction and Countryside Corporation. And in this article, it shares honesty, purity, and integrity. These are the pillars that helped Rick Jaj expand his parents' dream into an organization spanning nearly 20 individual businesses and 400 employees. Those values were tested in 2005 when the family's primary store caught fire. The ceiling had collapsed, 30 employees were in danger of losing their jobs, and a huge part of their income was taken out of the picture overnight. Standing in the middle of the store, Rick and his father said it was going to be okay. They were going to find a way to make things better. From the ashes of the fire came countryside markets and restaurants. I told my dad we could build it bigger and better, said Rick. They came up with a new design for the store while transferring the 30 employees affected by the fire to other locations, even though they had more than enough staff while the facility was redesigned, rebuilt, and reopened. The company did not lose a single employee. We can't do anything without our employees, the people who helped us get here, Jaj said. We're nothing without them. We do whatever we can to make sure they're happy and taken care of. And so tonight, I'd like to bring up Mr. Jaj so we can all chat about him a little bit. But Mr. Jaj served on the Kern County Planning Commission from September 2018 to August 2023. I know personally Rick has been a huge mentor to me as a fellow commissioner. He's also been a friend, and it's really an honor to be able to recognize you. We're sad you're not up here, but we're happy to recognize you and a few other commissioners would like to share. Yeah.
You want to come on up?
Sure.
I'm ready to jump anytime, Joe.
So if any other commissioners would like to share some words, and then we'll let Rick share some things.
I would real quick. Rick, it's great to see you again as always. I've known your family, your sister as well. And as a friend, as a fellow commissioner, when I first came on this commission and when I was appointed by David Couch, and you kind of took me under your wing and said, Kevin, this is kind of how it goes. Because I had no clue on how the Planning Commission really worked, you know, when I first got here. And you helped me. You were that guiding light up here, and it is definitely appreciated. You know, as we became friends and fellow commissioners, and you helped guide us with your development background, it was just incredible to be able to, with that wealth of knowledge, to be able to tap into and say, hey, what does this, you know, exactly mean on the development side? I know from that real estate broker side, I have that all down, but from, you know, that development, sometimes it's that little tweaks that we need help with. And I want to, from the bottom of my heart, say thank you for your service, as well as your friendship and your guidance on this commission.
Thank you.
Yeah, Rick, great to see you again as well.
Sure.
And yeah, our time on the commission together is pretty fantastic. I think the outcome for me, as Lauren and Kevin have said, is the friendship that we developed, and that one will go on from now on. And I really appreciate that. I appreciate you, your wonderful family. It's been a pleasure getting to know them as well. So look for many more opportunities to hang out with you guys and work with you. So congrats on the award tonight.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you.
Awesome. And if you'd like to share a few words, and then we will recess and allow you all to come up for a photo.
Oh, very kind of you. Well, first and foremost, thank you to all of you, and Lauren, or as I say, Chairwoman Skidmore. I truly appreciate those beautiful, kind words and recognizing what our family's been through and how we got here today. And all of you, I'm truly honored, not only to be recognized, but you guys have not only been colleagues and friends, but just all of you are just genuinely great people. And so it's always been a pleasure to be able to serve, to be able to be with you, and I truly, truly loved our time together. And it's been some time since I stood on this side of the podium, and truly as I stand here today, I'm truly honored and filled with gratitude and humility to be recognized for 5 years serving on this Kern County Planning Commission. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to everyone on the dais, the staff. It's been an honor and pleasure to serve alongside every one of you. Throughout my time as a commissioner, my goal has always been to serve our community. I believe that we accomplished this. We did this by supporting good development, promoting good growth for our county, but truly none of this would have ever been possible without teamwork. And I want to say a great thank you and express my appreciation to the entire planning staff, my fellow commissioners, and truly extend my special thank you to our leadership of our planning director, Lorelei Oviatt, and assistant planning director, Craig Murphy. Thank you for what you guys always have done. And your commitment to excellence always guided me when I was on this commission, and it made my time here a true pleasure. So thank you guys for that. But truly, of course, I could not have done any of this without the unwavering support of my family, which you can see are sitting back here, and some could not be here. But they are the backbone of everything that I do. And our family story is similar to many others here in Kern County. Our parents arrived with a dream, and what an honor is for me today to be recognized on this very special day, the New Year, the Sikh New Year holiday. So very honored to be recognized tonight in front of my family. You can see my young girls are wearing some traditional clothing tonight, celebrating that. But our parents instilled us in idea of values of hard work, of dedication, and commitment to our community. And these are the values that helped guide my role when I sat on this planning commission. And I strive to uphold that each and every time when I sat up there next to each one of you. So together, I think we have faced challenges, we seized many opportunities, and worked towards a vision to progress and prosper and shape the future of our Kern County. The impact we made today, I truly believe, set a better foundation for the future of our community. And I'm honored to have played a part in that process. I truly look forward to the continued success and growth of our county. And truly, once again, I want to express my sincere gratitude and honor. I will always cherish my time on the Planning Commission and my time with all of you, staff, and everyone here. And I thank you for that. And I will never be away. I'll keep developing, I'll keep growing, and our family will always be here trying to bring more growth to Kern County. So thank you all.
Thank you, Rick. And I'd like to take a 5-minute recess to allow the family to come up here, take a few photos, and we'll resume here in 5 minutes. Thank you. abstentions. Great. Item D, cases withdrawn or request for continuance. We have one item, item number 4. Mr. Murphy.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the Commission. Yes, this is General Plan Amendment 160, map 500. This is the 2024-2031 housing element update. Staff is recommending a continuance on that project. We received comments from HCD, and we are in the process of addressing those before those come back to your commission for consideration. Although the staff report and the agenda says recommendation to continue until April 25th, staff is actually recommending a change to that. And so I would ask that your commission continue that project until April 11th, 2024 for your hearing. So with that note and that correction, staff would ask that your commission continue it until April 11th, 2024. That completes the items on the withdrawn or request for continuance.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. So I'll need a motion to continue item number 4 to April 11th, 2024.
I'll make a motion to continue to April 11th.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. We'll vote on screen.
All ayes, motion carries.
Thank you. Item E, consent items. There are 3 cases on consent, 1, 2, and 3, and I'll pass this over to Mr. Murphy.
Thank you again, Madam Chair, members of the Commission. So these are items scheduled before your commission, which are being recommended for approval by the staff. The applicant has been informed of any special conditions and has no objection. The hearing on these items may be expedited if no member of the commission or audience wishes to comment or ask any questions on the case. So the first case is zone change case number 43, map 146. Our applicant is Steve and Cynthia Landon by GPS Services. This project is located at 24951 Paramount Drive within the Tehachapi area. The specific request is a change in zone classification from E1RS to E2.5RS, or a more restrictive district, on approximately 1.94 acres. And then that also includes a lot line adjustment, number 1722, proposing an adjustment of lot lines between 2 parcels, resulting in a single 5.32 acre gross parcel. The staff recommendation is to advise your commission to recommend the Board of Supervisors to adopt a resolution and recommended findings and enact ordinance approving zone change as requested, approve lot line adjustment in accordance with recommended conditions of approval, and adopt the suggested findings as set forth in the attached draft resolution. The second item on consent this evening is CUP number 84, map 164. Our applicant is JM Land Ventures, LLC, by Jose Guerrero. This project is located approximately 650 feet west of Pellicer Road on the south side of Cummings Valley Road in the Tehachapi area. The request is a conditional use permit to authorize the development of a winery, including wine manufacturing, a wine tasting room, and event venue operations for private parties and small weddings, all on approximately 19.15 acre parcel in an A zoned district. I would note that your commission did receive an addendum on this item this evening. The purpose of the addendum is once our staff report was released, the project applicant contacted staff and indicated that they had a question regarding the development of the event parking lot area. The concern was staff had initially recommended it be paved. The concern was that they may not have enough revenue generated based on the number of events, as it may take a little bit for the project to, and for the site to ultimately develop and people be aware that this is an option. So after hearing that and trying to balance between economic development and making sure we have development standards that are necessary to meet air requirements and to make sure that this is compatible with the neighborhood, staff revised to conditions specifically specifying that this parking area in question could be used and paved with, sorry, not paved, but rock can be utilized for the initial period. As part of that condition, staff is requiring the applicant to provide us a letter at the end of every year that specifies how many events he had during that past year. And if at any time he has more than, if he has 20 events that were actually scheduled, he has committed to then paving that area within the next calendar year. So staff believe that that was a good compromise in this particular situation that addresses all concerns involved. With that being said, tonight, a question got brought up regarding an existing easement that runs throughout the property. This easement is for the Stowell Water Ranch, and it's a 10-foot wide utility easement. In consultation with the applicant, the building has actually avoided that easement. However, staff would recommend, as part of the change that we are proposing to your commission this evening, that we add some language to help make a gravel parking area. Staff would add to the language before you that the revised plan shall also include the location of the existing Stowell Water Ranch 10-foot water utility easement. Additionally, no buildings shall be constructed over the top of the existing easement. So staff would also include that language that I read into the record as part of the revised conditions that are before you today. So with that being said, we do recommend this approval still. I do believe that the item can stay on consent based on my conversations with the people in attendance. So the staff recommendation is to approve conditional use permit in accordance with the recommended revised conditions and adopt the suggested findings as set forth in the attached draft revised resolution. And that includes the changes I read into the record today. Finally, case number 3 is on consent. This is C of Wasco Way in the Button Willow area. The request is a conditional use permit for an 80-foot wireless telecommunications facility that is stealth designed as a monopine tower with associated equipment shelter with a 3,300 square foot lease area. The total approximate parcel that this is located on is 27.39 acres on property that is zoned E20. The staff recommendation is to approve conditional use permit in accordance with the recommended conditions and adopt the suggested findings as set forth in the draft resolution. That completes the reading of the consent calendar tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. Do we have any members of the public who would like to pull any items off of consent? Seeing none, do we have any commissioners who would like to pull any items off consent? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I would motion to approve the consent calendar with the exceptions read into the record by Mr. Murphy.
Can I ask a question prior to us voting on that real quick?
You can.
And this would be on item number 2, the vineyard. Is the owner or they here? Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to know if you were here. And this question is more for staff. I see here in regards to the easement that's going, it looks like it's almost going straight down through the middle.
Here, Sarah can. It runs at a diagonal across the property. So the revised condition would make sure that before the applicant would be able to move forward with their grading plans or construction plans or anything along those lines, they have to submit this revised map that would actually then show the location of the easement on the site plan, so that way it's very clear that there is an easement there and that we can verify that there aren't any structures that would be built or any buildings that would be built over the top of that easement. That would make it available if it's needed in the future.
Okay, so I mean, no kind of building or structure. So I mean, we could have like, say if they had a patio or something.
As I recommended, it was building. So a building is very specific in terms of that. So that way, you know, building is difficult to remove and move and relocate. A patio is something different. But according to the applicant, they built their building knowing this was there. And so, you know, they've kind of accounted for it as part of their plans anyway.
Perfect. All right, thank you so much for the clarification. And I'll second that motion that just came up.
Great, we have a motion and a second. We'll vote on screen.
All ayes, motion carries.
Are there any rights to appeal, Mr. Murphy?
There are, Madam Chair, for cases 2 and for cases 3. So for projects where the Planning Commission action is final, those actions are subject to an appeal to the Board of Supervisors by any interested person, and no development proposed by any application may be authorized until after the final date of appeal. That appeal may be filed with the Kern County Planning and Natural Resources Department, located at 2700 M Street, Suite 100 in Bakersfield, with a filing fee of $540 on forms available at the department and on our department website. That filing must be made within 14 days of and including the date of this hearing. If no appeal is received, the action of your commission is final.
Thank you. We're moving on to item F, public presentations. This portion of the meeting is reserved for persons desiring to address the commission on any matter not on this agenda and over which the commission has jurisdiction. Speakers are limited to 2 minutes. Please state your name and address for the record before making your presentation. Seeing none, we will move on to our favorite item, item H, adjournment. The next Planning Commission meeting is scheduled for March 28th, 2024. Can I get a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.